Hello, everybody, and welcome to Knowledge is Key. My name's Richard McDonough with Lake Sotheby's International Realty, and I'm going to go through this week's weekly market activity for Stillwater, Lake Elmo, and Woodbury. Hope you enjoy the information.
This week's report over last week's report, we've seen a big change. And one of those big changes is we've had a couple new listings come on the market, one of which being very expensive. That home was out in Grant. It's relatively new construction, built last year in 2022. That home has come on the market at $3,595,000. As you can see, that made the median price of new listings jump to $1,945,000. However, the list price is still at about $825,000. We are still seeing that it's a slight seller's market, with us being at 37. And that's good to note that even with this being in what I'll call the holiday market, where things are slower, even though we're not in winter, we still have a seller's market. One other thing to note is interest rates. Interest rates have come down. They've come down below 7%. And I believe that's over a year and a half of being above 7%. So that is good news. It'll be interesting to see if that shakes loose some listing inventory and what happens to our marketplace. But overall, we still have in the Stillwater market an inventory of 45 listings. That has trended down. From last week, it was at 51. Actually, so it has trended down. Looking into Lake Elmo, we see that the aspect of what is going on there is that they actually have a seller's advantage of only 32. And you can see there that the median list price is right around $800,000, with the price of new listings being at $624, we'll say $625. One of the big things of note there is that days on the market is much longer, with 218 days. That can be attributed to the fact that you have a lot of new construction in Lake Elmo. Those properties will be listed as model homes. They'll have a much more extended period on the market. And so that number, in my opinion, is a little bit skewed. One thing to note that the inventory is at 41 units, which is actually pretty good for this time of year. And as you can see, the market action has kind of gone up a little bit, which is great news for sellers in the Lake Elmo area. Moving on to Woodbury, we can see that Woodbury's a different animal. It's got a strong seller's market, which is really, really interesting. The median list price, there's many more affordable houses over there. However, one can also say there's much more area to shop in. Woodbury's, one of the top 3 cities in Minnesota. So you can see that the median list price is $462,000, with the median price of new listings to be $419,450. The cost per square foot, which is interesting, has come down to about $191 per square foot. It's also interesting to note that the average days on the market is 78, which you can see from this graph is trending down. And then the median days on the market is 39. Another thing to really look at is the inventory. There's only 24 houses on the market. So that's why you have such a strong seller's market. And again, it'll be interesting to see what happens now with the interest rates coming down, get through the holidays. Will we see a jump in inventory? I'm anticipating we will, because I know that there's a ton of pent-up demand, both for people wanting to buy homes and people wanting to move from their current houses. A lot of people have been sitting tight because they have such an unbelievable interest rate. But the thing to be cautious of is, okay, if I wait, all of a sudden interest rates come down more. Does that mean we're going to get back into last spring and summer's market, where we have bidding wars and you have to pay over the price of the listings, and then in addition to that, pay a higher interest rate? I certainly hope not. But again, if you have any questions, want to talk about this in greater detail, or just want to know more about the real estate market and more importantly, what your home is worth, feel free to reach out. Always happy to help. And remember, knowledge is key. Thanks a lot.